Hi, my name is Emmanuella Aboa, founder and CEO of a Pan-African company called Transolution Services Africa Limited. Pan-African because we are currently in 14 African countries, dominantly in the western and eastern part of the continent. Our mission is to help and challenge our customers to achieve their full potentials, and we do so through three main services. Number one, translation and interpretation in over 20 international languages. Number two, strategic management, project management, change management. And finally, learning development, where we do executive training, Excel coaching, and counseling services. So the journey started back in 2011 when Kenya was going through certain changes, and the initiative of Kenya 2030, or rather Vision 2030, came about. I saw an opportunity that I knew could take the country into the next level. And so I decided to venture and open a company that dealt with linguistic services. I envisage, rightly so, that many international companies would come and operate in the country and may need linguistic services. So I started Transolution Services as a translation and interpretation service. The other services, or rather the diversification that came later on, was really out of, I would say, luck, really, for lack of a better word. And this is because I am very passionate about young people, developing young people, making them aware of the importance of taking their lives into their hands, helping them understand what Pan-Africanism is all about. How is it that they can play a critical role in the future of Africa? Because, after all, they are our present and our future. And so I will go to schools and have conversation with young people and train them on different topics. And like they say, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So before I knew, I attracted the attention of the right people in management, and we started as well venturing into learning development. So far, because like I said, we are in about 14 African countries, we've, I would say, impacted more than 5,000 individuals. Corporate, I may not have the exact number, but our footprint in Africa has been felt positively. What comes into mind is a recent one of a 38-year-old woman who has been attending our training and coaching program for the past 2 years or so. And at that time, she was jobless, but every information or every skill that she inculcated, thanks to the services that we provided, helped her become a bit more competitive, and it also challenged her mindset. What do I mean by that? Last year, it prompted her to start a business. And this is a woman who never had any knowledge of business or did not know how to start. So through the trainings and, of course, the journey that we took her through, then she was able to begin a business, which has also become very successful. In addition to that, she got a job last year during COVID-19 when many people were losing their jobs, and she got confirmed recently, and she indicated that every knowledge, every skill that we inculcated definitely gave her a competitive edge in that organization. We've had to go back to the drawing board rather, to rethink what operating in that time meant for us, and really looking at also the changes that we needed to incorporate in our organization. Unfortunately, like I said, because we deal with a number of services that require traveling a lot, this could not be the case during the COVID period of time. That was in 2020. As a matter of fact, we canceled quite a number of our programs and our events. And it made us go back into looking at what can we do to the less fortunate people. As part of our CSR, we like to give back, and we give up in many ways, whether it is providing shoes. We normally, first of all, partner with CBOs, and we provide shoes, clothing, food to different target markets. And last year, what we've done is that we've increased the number of people that we were targeting. That was our way of giving back, because to be honest, God has been gracious to us. In addition to that, we continuously provide free training to young people from the ages of 18. And right now we have enrolled, or rather launched, a program called Connecting Africa, which targets young people between the ages of 18 to 29 years within the continent. And last that I checked, we had about 150 participants who enroll from all over the continent. And the objective of Connecting Africa is basically challenge the mindset. We know that as a continent, if we have to achieve economic growth, then we need to stop thinking about getting a job to creating a job. And so it is important for us to begin having this conversation to these future leaders. So the objective of the program is to challenge the mindset, of course, inculcate new knowledge and push them towards entrepreneurship. Eventually, we will want as well to facilitate trades between countries. I often laugh by the fact that a country such as Kenya export palm oil from Malaysia, and yet in West Africa, many countries produce palm oil. So where can we start this conversation to facilitate trade within young people so that they can also take their life into their hands? So that is the objective of Connecting Africa. So we will be starting next week, actually on the 28th, if I'm not wrong. And we look forward to impacting these young people. The project is for 1 year, and we will be tackling different topics to enhance their leadership and entrepreneurial skills. So in terms of a focus, we have had to adapt ourselves to think of expanding our services, diversifying as well our services. So all of us, of a sudden rather, we started offering courses online, which is something that we never used to do. And of course, this also gave us a kind of a global outlook and a global partnership with other organizations. So this is basically the main changes that we've had to incorporate in our organization as a result of COVID-19. Our vision is to be the leading choice of our customer as a one-roof platform for advisory, for business success, and propel the wealth of our continent, because we are a Pan-African company. And we understand that it means, as leaders, myself and the partners that I have on board, that we need to envisage the future, to anticipate the future. And so we tend to invest a lot on research and development to make sure that we remain the preferred choice, the preferred company in the continent. And everything that I've said should already answer that question, you know, the impact that we've created within the continent, especially towards young people. You see, as I always tell myself, my staff rather, that as an organization or as a continent, it is important to look at the advantages that we have in order to become strategic and impactful. When you look at the West, Europe, the biggest advantage that they have is the resources at their disposition. Africa, not so. But the biggest advantage that we have is our numbers. If we have to enhance social and economic growth, then we need to think Pan-Africanism rather than at country level. And all the services that we do is based on that vision. We work with different organizations across different industries, and with individuals from the ages of 14 to change the status quo, to make people stand up and see Africa as a continent where we can change, that we can, instead of envying other continents, that we can be part of something so much bigger. And at Transolution Services, we have done that and we continue to do that. So the impact speaks for itself. At the same time, I have to say that as an entrepreneur, as a female entrepreneur, or should I even add, as a foreign female entrepreneur, the journey has not been easy. But here we are, 10 years down the line, more resistance than ever, continuing to impact. That, I believe, deserves the award. First, we must say that as an organization, we have prioritized investing in women. So even because we are a consulting firm, we work, 90% of the consultants that we work with are women. And that was very intentional. Why? Because we have had a disadvantage for the longest period of time, and it is important to change the status quo. Like they say, you invest in a woman, well, you know the rest. So we are giving back by investing in women, not only by giving them platform where they can excel, where they can be the best of themselves, but at the same time, also inculcating them the right knowledge that they need to propel their organization. So we provide as well free training. We help them with the books when a challenge occurs. We also help them network more effectively. So we are an organization, especially for the past, I would say 2 years, we've been focusing on enhancing the skills of women, because we cannot talk about gender equality. We cannot talk about fighting the challenges if we don't also give women the platform where they can either excel or fail. They must be given a platform to be able to build themselves. And so for the past years, that's what we've been doing.